I believe that Gambit is more interesting than the other X-Men in X-Men the Animated Series and in other media. X-Men is a continuity of people's superhuman powers and strange appearances that make the rest of human society fearful and hateful. A story of trying to reach peace, but having struggles. Charles Xavier built a team of mutants to not only shelter them, but try to make the world understand all of mutant kind. Of course, everyone knows Wolverine, the grumpy Canadian with claws. Everyone knows Cyclops, who isn't all that remarkable other than his optic glass. Then there's Storm, who can control the weather. Jubilee, who basically has hand fireworks. Beast, who is more or less self-explanatory. Jean Grey, who has telepathy. And Rogue, who can absorb energy and mutant powers by touching another person. But who else on the team is there? Gambit, also known as Remy LeBeau. In the episode Externally Yours, Gambit returns home once he finds out that his brother Bobby is in trouble. Turns out, his ex-fiancée kidnapped his brother. Gambit finds Bobby with the Assassin's Guild and meets up with Belladonna, his ex-fiancée. He takes his brother's place, letting him fulfill his duties as the head of the Thieves Guild by giving the tithe to Kandra, a legendary-type figure. Gambit is forced to wear this ring that leaves him unable to fight back due to being shocked. The X-Men come and save him, and once the whole trick is found out, Bobby says to kill the Assassin's Guild, and Gambit pushes him so hard he falls, and says to take the Assassin's powers instead, and then the X-Men go home. None of this is ever explored again. In fact, Gambit is rarely used at all. And for this being an ensemble where screen time is supposed to be equal, it isn't very equal. Looking at you, Phoenix Saga, and Dark Phoenix Saga, and the way too many Wolverine episodes that no one really wanted. Magneto got more episodes about him than Gambit did, and he's a villain in the story. Nightcrawler also had more episodes than Gambit. We don't want to watch the same characters get episodes over a redundant topic over and over again. Or at least, I don't. There is so much missed opportunity when it comes to Gambit as a character. They have shown the origins for the other characters, but didn't show how Gambit came to be in the Thieves Guild, or why he left Louisiana. It didn't show how he became a part of the team. Furthermore, it isn't even mentioned how incredibly dangerous Gambit is, while they did for Jean Grey. In X-Men, there are 3 general levels of mutants. Beta, which is kind of mediocre. Alpha, which is strong, an alpha-level mutant being Professor X. And Omega, which is the most powerful. The most recognized for being an Omega-level mutant is Jean Grey, but Gambit is too. In the comics, there is an alternate version of Gambit known as New Sun, who not only destroyed the Phoenix, one of the most powerful beings in the universe, but also more or less nuked Earth. At Gambit's best, he has the ability to kinetically charge molecules and make them explode at will. And it's not like Gambit doesn't know he's dangerous. Some versions of him threaten Wolverine by grabbing onto his claws, saying that he will kinetically charge him. Wolverine's claws are connected to his skeleton. Gambit's saying that he's going to blow Wolverine up. He was also Death once, Horseman of Apocalypse. Apocalypse being another known villain of the X-Men. When you think of the X-Men, most people don't think of Gambit first, but I do. Gambit is an underutilized character in X-Men, the animated series, and in all other forms of media.